They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling. What's the rest of the song?
Trying to catch me.
Oh, try to catch me riding dirty. I'm Jessica Lugo, aka Bake Me Pretty. And some of you might know me from hanging out with Martha Stewart on Bakeaway Camp. But on this show, we're making store-bought guilty pleasures from scratch. On this episode, we're making Milk's favorite cookie, Oreos. Yeah. Why was that such a big deal? I know, like, everyone has their own way of eating these. No, girlfriend.
Discard those. 2 cream sides, you put those together. That's called a luxury Oreo. It's luxury. If those are double stuffed, it'd be quadruple stuffed.
Okay, boo. Some twist, dip, eat the icing. I kind of just bite into it, but pretty much dark chocolate, thin cookie, and an icing inside. But we're gonna step ours up and add in cream cheese icing. First things first, let's start with the Oreo cookie. You're gonna need a half a cup of unsalted butter, softened, 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, half a cup of dark cocoa powder, and 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, so for the cookie dough, we're going to start by beating the butter with the sugar. So I'm just gonna add half for now, and then I'll add it in once that's incorporated. So it looks like I creamed my butter and my sugar together, and now I'm gonna add in the vanilla, and the salt. And I'm gonna let that mix until it's incorporated. And now that that's fully mixed through, we're gonna add in the egg. Don't forget to scrape down your bowl, just to make sure that everything's in there. Now that the egg is fully incorporated, we're going to add in the dark cocoa powder, but we're going to mix it at a low speed. If not, the sucker's gonna go all over the place. I will say there's been many times I put my mixer on and I forget that I have cocoa powder or brown sugar and it goes all over the place. So low speed. And now we're ready to add the flour. Make sure you add it in a little bit at a time. We want to make sure that the dough forms into a clean bowl, but we don't want to over-flour it. So if you feel like it's not forming together quite right, you can add more flour, but a little bit at a time. We're mixing. Okay, so my dough looks like it has cleaned up the sides quite well. We're going to take it off of here. And now we're ready to roll out the dough. So in order to roll out our dough, we're gonna place the dough in between 2 sheets of parchment paper. It helps to not add more flour so that the dough doesn't get dried out. See? A ball. And now we're gonna roll out our dough to about 1/4 inch. I have this cool rolling pin here that has pins on the sides, and that's gonna help me make sure that I roll it out in even thickness. Check that sucker out. I know that Oreo cookies, they use a fancy cookie cutter stamp. We don't have that, so we're just gonna use this circle cookie cutter, and we're gonna cut out even shapes of cookies. I got this cookie spatula, and it's just helpful because if you start to peel off certain cookies with your hands, it starts ruining the shape. So with this cookie spatula, I put some flour on it, just a little bit, and it helps me peel off the cookie without ruining it. Now that we have our cookies ready to go in the oven, we're going to bake them at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 9 to 12 minutes. We want to see the edges start to crisp. So for the cream cheese filling, you're gonna need 3 ounces of cream cheese, 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a pinch of salt. You're going to cream the cream cheese and the powdered sugar together. Just be careful and add the powdered sugar slowly so it doesn't go everywhere. Then you're gonna add a pinch of salt and the vanilla. And then we're gonna take the icing and put it in a piping bag. If you do not have a piping bag, that's okay, you can use a spoon. So before I start piping my cream cheese filling into my cookies for my Oreos, you wanna make sure that your cookies are chilled. So I put them in the fridge for about a half an hour. Now, I'm ready to pipe. Look at that beauty. Yum.